Now it's started up.
Ow. Go lay down.
Alright. Where are we at? What are we doing? Oh, okay, so we are on a different path. Got it. Yeah, we found one too. It was safe in the lounge. Oh, I forgot to do that too. If I read too fast or anything, tell me. Are the voices a little quiet?
No. Are they for you?
No. Is that loud for you?
I don't know.
No?
I said I don't know. That's a little better.
How's that?
That's fine. Maybe I should have made popcorn.
Well, you can go make popcorn. The bucket for it is right out there too, if you want. Or I can make it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I've only gone through one whole thing. This is like one of the other paths. I'm not exactly sure what I did to get here. Hey, salad!
Hi, salad.
Oh, hold on.
Thank you, salad.
The girl who doesn't know how to wear clothes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh.
Agreed.
Grandpa? Since when were they buddies? Or had they always been that close? In other words, they would have known each other before the notary game, and if Cork was calling Temioji Grandpa, then maybe related. Alice and Clover seem to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already? Gotta keep this off something for you. Yeah, no problem. We've been doing laundry too. Funny thing was with Quark, I think on the one playthrough, he ended up like fainting. He was threatening to kill himself, I think he was.
Oh.
There's some kind of virus going around.
Oh, okay.
We got to sort of an ending. It was basically what they call a lock, so I need to find something else in order to unlock it.
We put that dude back over.
I did. Yeah.
Because he went back out. I don't know what he's doing.
As long as he doesn't walk out past that gate. Right, Jake? Jake? There he is. Yeah, he was just outside. Alright, you're good. You're good. Calm down, buddy. Oh, for a little nap. That's a good boy. Anybody. This is totally wrong. The bunny. Thanks, Nendiel.
Hi, Indio.
Hello. Go lay down, Jake. Go. 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 Go! You're good. Just didn't want to look at my knee. Can I save this? Let's save this for a moment. Yes. Quit. Yes. Just for a second.
Yay.
Welcome back, NDL.
Welcome back.
Yes. Alright. I just had to turn their voices up because they were really quiet. That's better.
Yeah.
I got you, NDL.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Oh, what do you
No,
got?
son, he got
Jake.
this. What's his bone?
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, it's his little orange one, yeah.
Just making sure.
This reminds me a lot of N just because Switch is his son of Plague. It's a car pack. Okay, Quark and myself each gave one card to Luna, Alice, and Tim Yuji. And in the AB rooms, there wasn't really any discussion of who'd go into which room, and fine, I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room. Welcome back, Salad! Think we should head into... Oh, before I forget.
I'm drinking wine right now, but we have Pringles.
Yeah.
I might make some popcorn.
And let me know if you don't want this blown at you, too. Okay, cool. You don't. Thank you for letting me know. Should be working. Unless I'm getting unplugged. Alrighty. Time to troubleshoot.
Are you doing that on the end?
Okay, yeah, you go. I'll get this fixed in just a second. Alright, give me a second. That all go. There we go. Okay, better would be where this goes. Somewhere. Oh, that did get unplugged. Not sure how. So where is it? There it is. That should work now. Let's try it. No, it was unplugged. Let's see. Hold on. Now I'm getting double of that, so that's not a good idea. Line. So now if we do that...
Snoopity boopity.
There we go. That should be fixed. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, a cord had become unplugged. Thank you.
I may have to cut this short, Hal. Someone just climbed out of my wardrobe.
Okay.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's really loud though, it looks like, so I'm going to turn it down a little. Okay, I think I'm going to wait for Steph on this one. Is it too loud now, or is it nice? Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Figure it out or no? Alright, we're back. Yes, I know my desk is a mess.
Fuck if I know.
Oh, jeez.
Look, it doesn't matter who she is. Just get everybody over here.
She's just unconscious? So she's just unconscious?
She's just unconscious, yeah. We've never met us before. Oh, nope, she's dead.
Yeah, she's probably dead.
Yep. Felt against her neck for a pulse. No movement, just cold skin.
What the hell were you yelling at? What's going on here?
Game is kind of drowning out the voice. Okay, well, I'll turn this down then. Hopefully that's not too quiet.
Is she?
Yeah, I think we're okay. Maybe. Kind of. I don't know.
You're fine,
Okay.
Salad.
Yeah, no worries.
Come on,
I
Quark.
want you to be able to hear.
Then she's...
Murdered? Looks like she was stabbed. Don't see a weapon around here, though. That means either the killer took it with them, or it was part of them. Part of them? Well, if someone was strong enough and they had metal hands, then they might be able to stab someone in the heart.
What are you suggesting?
Case metal.
It's just a joke.
Yeah, that sounds like
Don't
a joke.
take it so seriously. Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was. Let's get her to the infirmary.
Like,
She might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should
Might
have
be
some
old, but she's
privacy.
still a woman.
well, she'd like some privacy.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Yeah. Ah. Dang it.
Oh no!
Temioji. He's not. Oh, he's not happy. Wonder if it was his wife. It's like she's gonna wake up any minute
Maybe
now.
she didn't suffer much when she died.
So-
Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her.
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I'm just going to have a look at the wound. If we had a coroner, then it would be a different story, but... What?
I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No. Well, I'm not exactly a coroner.
Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner.
Yeah, that's what they used
It's
to
called
scan
an
Quark
atom.
when he went nuts.
It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Ah, yes, I remember.
Oh yeah? And just how the hell do you remember that?
Because Alice, Clover, and I examined this entire room.
Yes. I think I should be able to manage that.
Are we Sigma?
Yeah, we're sick.
Okay.
Display full of text, most of it rather technical. 65 to 75 years, deceased, cause of death, exsanguination. Stabbed her in the heart. Dang. Caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument. What's it mean by instrument? Was she stabbed with a clarinet or
It means a
something?
tool of some sort. A knife, probably.
In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
Sorry, but no.
Why? Please, don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious.
Phi, please, stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Perhaps, but... there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he locked all the hatches.
He was telling the truth. Nobody could have gotten there after you 2 left. Which means...
Fucking bastard! Why'd you
jumping to
kill her, Kay?
conclusions.
I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero.
Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me?
Well, because... because you figured we'd think that. And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite.
That's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
You got me.
If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to. I mean, didn't Zero say something about that?
She's just being fashion.
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly, but now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero, or rather Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Jr., the AI. If Zero Jr. told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her just as planned. Death is only another part of it.
And someone's just part of the game
Well,
room.
there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically
Vote ally.
I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure. If we don't go vote, something bad's going to happen.
You see? Just as I said, Zero Jr. ensures the game continues, even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Senior's plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr.
Alright, have a good lurk.
After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we got in.
Heading back to the Ambidex rooms. There's a dead lady in there just a few minutes ago. Huh, wait. Fi, where'd you go?
Up here.
Up? Oh, what the hell is she doing? Must be really desperate to get high.
Seriously? That's the best you can do?
That's pretty sad.
I was expecting something about how I jumped at the first sign of trouble.
Whatever, what are you up to here anyway? Everyone's already gone to the area.
Yeah, well... There was something I wanted to check out.
Probably checking out the hatch.
This
and that
thing.
is?
Remember it? Try opening it.
Yeah. No lock.
Then that means this AV room is locked down tight. No one could...
Talking about whoever killed that old lady, aren't you?
Yeah.
Still think it's Kay, huh? Well, like Clover said, Zero Senior is the killer, then it wouldn't matter if we could open this hatch or not.
I know. I just wanted to be sure.
Well, makes sense.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
To fill you in on the Ambidex game, basically what they do is they have people in the rooms, and they have to decide, because I think the rooms are connected.
Hi, Nikki.
Oh, hey, Nikki!
We will see you soon.
I think the rooms are connected, and you decide whether you're going to ally or betray the person. And you get points based on, if you ally with somebody and they betray you, the person who betrays you gets more points. But if you both betray each other, you both lose points. And if you both ally with each other, you gain less points. But you still gain points. Because you're trying to get enough points to get out the door.
Oh,
In
okay.
an ownery game, you're still trying to get enough 9 points to get out the main door.
Okay.
Let's go. I imagine Algernon's waiting for us.
I don't remember who that is. He's a rabbit.
Wasn't he a mouse in the book?
I thought he's... Yeah.
Flowers for Algernon.
Yes.
Look,
Look.
there's something on the screen.
Hey, right.
You want to help her?
I'm good for now. Door locks. It looks like there's no going back now.
Astute observation.
Duh.
Hooray! Everybody's finally here! I've been waiting.
So have we. Got some questions for you, Zero. Who's that old... Ugh.
Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions? The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but VO is especially loud. For real, VO, I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on. No answers for anybody, okay? You just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AV game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are 2 people in each pair, aren't there? So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess. Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Mooney and went through the magenta door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Mooney. And it goes the other way too.
Mooney's opponent will be Siggy and Fido.
Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be, and Bio and Quark's enemy will be Tenmioldy. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, isn't it? after all. If you choose ally, then they're your ally.
What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B,
What's that?
betray on
That
it.
voice is
Do
annoying.
you?
All you guys have to do is pick! Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick.
It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this hand. The plus
There we
and minus are from your point of view.
So if they betray each other, there's no point lost.
Yeah, there's no points lost. But if you both ally, you only get 2 points. And then if you choose ally and they choose betray, you lose 2 points, they gain 3 points. Another way around.
So, you get to recall. Just put us. Next is what you can do that happen. We call that.
Somebody did that to me and skin on the stool with some titers. The third choice. It's when you choose betray. But you're nice this time.
You're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last. This is when you choose betray.
If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely zero change in BP. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome.
Sorry if I keep speaking.
As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid.
You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, remember how I told you that both people in a pair should. The 2 of you only get 1 vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray.
That doesn't mean you split your points, though.
You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you. Okay then.
Oh, thank you.
I think that about does it for the basic rules.
Actually, there's a little bit.
It'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time!
Hey, wait.
No,
No.
I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me? It is time!
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later! Have a nice trouble.
Have a nice trouble.
We don't
Hi,
have time
Rudy.
to talk about this.
Hi, ready?
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Making pancakes, that's what it's gonna make, baby.
Choose betray.
Yeah, we're doing good. Hello again, Nikki.
Hello again.
She wants us to choose betray.
We don't know if she'll ally or not. If we choose ally and she chooses betray, we're screwed. That's a loss of 2 points. You tell me, Sigma. What's 3 minus 2?
1. Oh, speaking of which. Suckers! It's 1, obviously.
Exactly. If our BP gets down to 1, it's over. So,
Wait, what do you mean by it's over?
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
just press the damn button.
You're hiding something. Yeah, you've been suspicious from the get-go. I mean, how did you know my name? Or how about when we found that old lady's body? Didn't even blink.
Check your mail. What mail?
I think she's talking to Brittany.
Oh.
Almost like you knew she wouldn't be here.
Evening.
Look, I don't want to believe.
Like eBay.
I don't want to believe it, but are you?
Fine. If you won't do it, then
Don't think so. I'm not gonna move until you give me some answers. If I didn't, don't do anything. I'll just vote. It'll just vote ally for us anyway. Yeah.
I were at the amusement park all day yesterday.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. We got to go on a boat ride and watch
the fireworks
last night. It was fun.
So let's hear it. Where are you hiding? What's it's over supposed to mean?
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7.
It was. He got me to go on roller coasters.
Yep, I did.
4, 3, 2.
when your BP hits 0, you die.
I don't normally do roller coasters.
That's what I meant.
Actually, I can show you. Was it this? I wonder why it's doing that. Anyway. Was it? Oh, the archive, yeah. Secret. Sigma's cat problem. Here we go. Has a strange verbal and possibly psychological tic which causes him to make cat puns whenever he talks about cats. Cause of this behavior seems to be an experience he had as a child. When Sigma was in preschool, there was a deserted house near his school that everyone called the Cat Mansion. He'd always loved cats. So every day he would visit the Cat Mansion and give the cats that lived there some of his lunch. One day he realized that he could understand what the cats were saying to one another. A magical black cat appeared and told him that it had given him this gift in exchange for giving food to its fellows. But the magical cat said, "You can never tell anyone about your gift," the magical black cat warned. "If you do, you'll be cursed." But young Sigma was so happy about this newfound ability that he slipped and told a girl about it, so the black cat cursed him. His curse was to speak only in cat puns for the rest of his life. Fortunately for him, a magical white cat came along soon afterwards, felt the curse was a little too harsh and lessened it, so that he would only talk in cat puns whenever he talked about cats. And they lived happily ever after.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Wow.
Roller coasters are definitely a new thing for me.
So should we ally or betray?
She wants to betray, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's betray, I guess.
Not very.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Betrayal by Stephy.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
I'm evil like
Bitch
that.
way! It's fine. I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others running toward the monitor, shoving and pushing to get closer. Temioji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What happened to make him like that? Were you telling the truth? If our BP hits 0, do we
Well,
really...
you chose betray because of what I said, right?
Chose betray.
Don't worry. You made the right choice.
Okay. Better not have lied to me, so I'd choose betray.
Well, 0 will tell you if I lied or not.
0?
Yo, what's up? Siggy! What are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
You'll see in a minute. Let's go, Sigma.
Hey, what do you mean 0's gonna tell me? Probably won't use cherry. If I hold on. Damn it. Alright.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally.
Let's get ready to rock.
Calm down, 0. Calm down.
Ambidex game! Round 1. The results. If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
0 was all kinds of hyped.
Oh, yeah. Luna got boned.
Dang. Sorry, Luna.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our...
So everyone who was solo got boned.
Sigma, why did you and Fight do that? All we had to do was choose ally 3 times, and we could all escape together.
That's very true.
After this, we only would have needed 2 more rounds and we would have all had 9 points. But now why?
I hung my head. There was no way I could look her in the eye and try to explain what I'd done.
It was me.
Well, that works.
I told him to betray you.
What?
There's a way to get out faster. If you're successful twice with betray, you'll get 3 points each time, which gives you 6. That means you'll have 9 BP after the second AB game.
I know that. Is that why you chose Betray? So you can escape before the rest of us?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get out first or anything.
She's kind of a bitch.
Just wanted to have a little leverage.
How is leverage supposed to help you?
Well, I was planning on getting out of here with everybody else, and
You're lying. What makes you think I'm going to believe that?
Their eyes met for a long moment, but all I could see in Luna's was sadness and disappointment. Vi opened her mouth and shut it again and looked it away. I was about to apologize to Luna when...
Hey, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry, Alice.
Now her eyes open.
I didn't think you'd choose ally.
Maybe if I do the call, he'll show up.
This is my boomstick.
What?
Oh, wow.
You really think I'd betray you?
Well, no. That's what I thought at first.
But Kay
All
told you
mine
to
is.
choose betray, didn't he?
What's up? They look like you're reading something.
Yes, I did. I was sure you would vote similarly.
Are you listening? I'm not going to vote betray against Clover.
Is that so? You never considered that we might choose to betray you?
Yeah.
That's because she is.
I don't, yeah. She puts some clothes on.
What?
Clover would never choose that, of course. But what if I was your sole opponent? I understand it might seem strange of me to say this, but who would trust a man who hides his face? If I were in your position, I would be quite certain my masked opponent would choose betray.
Well, but it wasn't just you.
Chest lace, yeah.
Clover was there too.
Chest lace. Maybe she's boned. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yes, she was. But if I'd chosen to end an argument by force, do you think she would have had any chance? I was certain you'd choose betray for that very reason.
So that was why you did it.
Yes.
After he explained his thinking to me, I thought he had a good point.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm so
Glad you did.
sorry.
I apologize. This is very unfortunate.
The past is the past. There's no point complaining about it. I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game.
That was when I finally noticed Dio, Quark, and Temioji.
Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyoji. That little shit is a hell of an actor.
Oh, you're... Let's put it this way, Nikki. I still have some issue going on with this. I played until I got to a lock. Oh, so I did get to an end. I got to a bad ending. Hold on, give me a sec. Let's see. I gotta save this one more time. Yes. Hold on. That's irritating. Yes. I'm gonna restart it. getting the hiccups? Oh, I'm sorry. Bah! I think we're just gonna leave this window. Oh wait, I wonder if it's because I have scroll lock on. Let's check options. Why is it doing this? That is bizarre. Yeah. That's not running, that's not running.
That's downstairs.
Ghost in the machine! Boy. Stop that!
Kick it. Seems legit.
Let me try something real quick.
Oh. No.
That works. I think I've...
Nope.
Oh my word. Stop fighting me! Has something to do with the gamepad, though. Let's do this. Alright. That, I think, worked. There is a moment of... Oh, dang it. No, I think I got it fixed. Yeah, we're good now.
Yay.
So continue, go here, yes. And we can check out the flow properly this time. So now I can slide it up. Yay, there we go. So I got a bad ending. Yeah, there's how do we stop 5? Where did Alice go? There isn't enough antiviral medication. So this one, the AB game round 1, AB game round 1. Oh, those are the different doors. Okay. God damn it. Give me a sec. There we go. Back to English. Alright. I promise I got it working out.
I'll bet you money he's a born con man. I don't know what he is to you, but if I were you, I'd trust that kid as far as I could throw him, and at your age, that can't be much. You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, Ed.
Looked like things hadn't gone as planned for the other teams either. Nonetheless, we all seem to have reached some sort of truce.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Oh, yeah. I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB
The
gate
gate opens.
opens.
They're already open.
Right,
You are.
So, let me just close them.
The Amadex gates have closed.
Still out there.
Gotcha.
Round 2 of the Amadex game will be the moon round.
So now we gotta find moon cards. Moon ambidex
Moon
cards.
cards will be required to open the gates.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
No. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on.
True. Oh, hey, Val.
Hi, Val.
I knew doing this would call you.
This is my
Boomstick.
Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where everybody just keeps going back and forth and losing points. After all, if there's no money with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5, round 100, round 2000. You might even go all the way up to round 24,9,004,897. Although, I really, really hope it doesn't come to that. I don't know.
Hey, can I ask you
Can
something?
you?
Rules about who can go in the secondary doors, right? Like you have to have 3 people exactly.
Yeah? So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same?
There aren't
Nope.
any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you.
There is.
There is one thing I see. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not 100% true.
What do you mean?
Well, you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Doing pretty good, Val.
Can explain it now.
Alright.
Just use the bracelets.
What? How?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
Oh. It's scanning the bracelets. You don't need the person for the bracelet.
So,
Oh.
it's scanning the bracelets then?
Ding ding ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
Wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off?
No,
Yes!
No kidding. Oof.
they do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks. Oh!
What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, B.O. I think you already
B.O.
know.
Yep.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do.
Oh, well. I see it's easy. Nothing to it, really.
You die.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. That's how it works in the first one, too.
makes
Here's
sense.
an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium, but you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, 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 beep.
Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away,
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
yep,
Oh boy.
so there
Oh,
you
yeah.
go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
Alrighty then.
Well, technically, I mean, if your heart stops, doesn't necessarily mean you're dead.
This is true.
Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round.
Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
If you try to get the bracelet off, yes, the bracelet will explode, killing you. Yeah. Or actually, no, the bracelet won't explode. They implanted, while they were asleep, unconscious or whatever, they implanted an explosive device in each person.
Oh.
The bracelet still exists, you just won't.
Next round.
Go swallow?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain it?
Oh, don't pull a Riddy, Nikki.
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. There. That's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tanbioldi. Or Alas. Or Moni. Or maybe everyone.
What?
Why?
Yeah. Why am I going?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized. Just like when you break the rules.
Actually, in this one, I think the bracelet actually
I'm
injects.
pretty sure.
Yep.
Correct, Siggy. Full marks.
Yeah, it was the previous game where they had an explosive. So Phi had been right, but how would she have known before Zero told us?
I see.
There's a weird time looping thing going on.
Alice, Luna, and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
Is there anything else you conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew. Right?
Phi did.
Right, Fido?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I took a moment to go over everything in my head. AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people so long as you had the right bracelets. Bracelets would
Yeah, already.
Yeah. Would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP hits 0, the needles in your bracelet would activate, killing you.
Oh, one last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3.
Red, blue, and green.
Blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait! You've already got those bracelets! Have a look! The colors changed, hasn't it?
Mine changed from red to cyan.
Me too. Mine's cyan now.
Mine too. Wait, I guess the colors weren't the only thing that changed. It switched from pair to solo.
You're right. Mine switched from solo to pair.
Mine is now a solo as well.
Yep, looks like mine's changed too.
Yes, she is.
I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm still a pair.
The 3 of us seem to be magenta.
I'm yellow. And it still says solo. Fi, you and Dio are yellow now too, right?
Yeah.
Looks like I'm a pair.
When did they change?
Yeah, same here.
Back when the AB gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Yeah, she was the belly dancer. Looked like a belly dancer.
Parent solo
Belly
decided
dancer
to hop around
grandma.
a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything. Now, with all of that explained,
I must be.
Sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to mess that up for you.
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore.
Yeah, it was mostly her necklaces that covered everything up.
I mean, you guys are good from here, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry?
Suckers!
As if I'd cry over you dummies.
What the? Fucking dick!
Suckers! You mad? Anyway, good luck.
Oh, you didn't know that? I thought I told you.
I may be gone.
I didn't know that was what this was from either.
Always
Oh yeah,
watch.
because she likes this one.
Maybe I'll see you again someday.
Out of all 3 of them, I think she said this was her favorite game.
Have a nice tragedy.
It's tragic.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
This was on the DS.
Kirk and I are whining and
Yes. Actually, I'm gonna grab some more. Did you need any more? Oops, I have more. Oh wait, I leave some left. Sounds gross. I don't even want to really think about that.
So what happens now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's in the next area. Yeah.
We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
It looks about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking. And if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors.
Let's split up.
5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so.
Oh, really, if you get it on Steam, you can get the first Was it? I think it's just called Zero Escape. This one has both of them in one go.
Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections?
Yeah, it is a super long game. There were none. After some nods and mumbling, they split up and moved off to investigate. I was the only person who stayed behind. Damn, how the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, I couldn't think of anything I'd done that could landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off, or at least not this bad. I didn't owe anybody money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. If anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payout for me, they were going to be very disappointed. Oh yeah. Obviously I wasn't some kind of genius, nor was I an Olympic athlete, and I certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fulfill some great purpose on his earth. Well, at least if I was, I didn't know it yet. Had I started a fight with a frightening and mysterious new religion? No. Had I hacked into some terrorist group's server? No. Had I witnessed an assassination? No. Had I gotten wasted and had a one-night stand with the mistress of a prominent politician? Well, yes. But it was just the one time. And she was the one who went after me. Anyways, I was just an ordinary college student. If there was a reason I'd been abducted and put in the nonary game, I sure couldn't see it. Why was this happening to me? I thought back to when I'd been doing what I'd been doing right before I was taken. The memories were still a little bit blurry, but they were there.
I've been trying to catch up on shows since everything's getting ready to come back.
Yeah.
For fall.
Yeah, he got abducted in his car. California desert. It was beautiful. I just finished writing a paper due that day and was heading to my car for the research building. Parking lot was empty and a bright moon cast sharp shadows across the chilly pavement.
Oh, the second part?
Yeah. Last time I'd looked at the clock, it had said it was 2 in the morning, which meant today was Christmas Day. So why was I at school typing away feverishly on Christmas? There were 3 reasons. First, my home computer had suddenly decided to eat shit. Okay, I understand that part. When I hit the power button, I just got nothing. I didn't have the time to spend all night troubleshooting the stupid thing, so I headed back to campus to use one of the school machines.
I still gotta read the book.
Second, the professor in charge of my research group was a Buddhist. Christmas didn't appear to have any sort of significance to him, and part of me couldn't shake the thought that he was trying to make some kind of point. Third, my girlfriend had broken up with me a week before.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't think we should see each other anymore. Goodbye. All I got was that one cold email. Try as I might, I couldn't even get in touch with her. Of course, that meant I wouldn't be attending the party we'd been planning on going to. Somehow I didn't think drinking by myself around a bunch of happy couples would be a really good idea.
I'm trying to get better about it because I used to read all the time. I love reading.
Same here. At any rate, I'd stayed up the whole night to finish my paper and emailed it off to my professor before the sun began to rise. As I walked across the parking lot, I felt light. Perhaps it was the relief of finishing my paper, or perhaps it was the 5 energy drinks I chugged to stay awake. Perhaps it was both. That's it. Slid into my car and stuck the key in the ignition after only 2 tries. I twisted the key. Nothing happened. Huh? Jiggled the key in the slot and tried again. And again. And again. On the 5th try, the engine made an odd creaking noise like metal on metal and fell silent. Damn it, you stupid piece of shit! I screamed and pounded on the steering wheel, but nothing worked. The console was about to get a visit from my fist when... Huh? What the hell is this? Why is my car smoking? Clawed at the door, and for a moment I thought that it was just my panic and lack of sleep that were keeping me from opening it. It wasn't long before I realized the truth. Shit! Open, goddammit! What was going on? My mind was racing, trying desperately to puzzle out what was happening through a haze of fear and caffeine-fueled neuron misfires. That was when I saw it. Just a glimpse of the rearview mirror, but I was certain there was someone behind my car. I spun around as fast as a very tired college student sitting in a car can.
Whoa.
Who's there? My vision started to swim as smoke filled the car. The more of it I inhaled, the heavier my body felt, and I could already feel the world starting to go dark. Last of my strength failed, and I collapsed sideways in the passenger seat. My eyes slowly drooped closed, and woke up in the ambutex room. With Phi. They opened again, I was in the AB room with Phi. Why is this happening to me? Spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to at least try and find another way out. So I shook my head to clear it, stood up straight, and headed off. Should I go to lounge, infirmary, or crew quarters?
Crew quarters.
Alright.
Yeah, I can imagine with Tim Curry being Pennywise.
Oh, it was a fantastic. We all float down here. He was delightfully creepy. He was delightfully creepy, huh? So these are the crew quarters, huh? Beep beep, Richie!
Yeah, I love Tim Curry.
Oh, sick.
What are you doing here?
Hey, come on, man, don't be like that. We aren't enemies, are we?
I wonder.
What happened to you, Temyoji? Been acting weird ever since we found that lady's body.
Love it.
Yeah, no problem, Nikki.
Oh, you think so?
You think so?
But you sure it ain't just all in your head?
Fine, let's move on to something else then. You and Quark. Is he your grandkid?
Why do you want to know?
We all got kidnapped and brought here apparently for no reason. Now they're making us play some sort of weird game. I'm just trying to find a little meaning in all this nonsense. That's it. So tell me, Temyoji, are you really Quark's grandpa? Clover, Luna.
Sigma, where'd you come from?
Did you not want me here?
No, it's okay, I guess. I just thought Tenmyoji was the only other person here. This is the crew quarters. I came here with Clover and Tenmyoji. We decided we'd split up to investigate.
Huh, makes sense. So you find anything?
0.
What?
No,
Which one?
I meant I found 0 things.
What about you? Anything suspicious?
I didn't find anything either. Although, I guess you could say this whole facility is suspicious.
Yeah, you've got a point there. So why do you think Zero put all these puzzles and stuff all over the place?
Well, maybe solving all of these puzzles is part of the nonary game.
Yeah, she does, Nikki. Really? I thought the nonary games was a couple of rounds of the AB game. Why would he need the puzzles and stuff then?
I don't get why she has the one eye closed sometimes.
What's that?
Annoying.
Well, what is the notary game then? Why is Zero making us do all this?
Well, this is just, speculation, but maybe it's for entertainment. So rich, powerful people can watch.
Entertainment?
Yes, they're probably off in an opulent theater, watching us struggle while they drink brandy and eat caviar.
Oh, you think so, huh? So some rich bastards killed her off for kicks.
Yeah, I think that was his wife.
What kind of a death is that?
Well, maybe her dying didn't have anything to do with the rest of the game.
No. Kay was right. If her dying wasn't part of all this, the rabbit would have said something. But what we get? Nothing. Just tells us to keep playing and disappears. I can only think of one reason he'd do that. Murdering her was always part of Zero's plans. Now, if you can think of another way all this fits, well, I'd love to hear it.
So you're saying that Zero Senior is the one who murdered the old lady?
Hell, it sure looks that way.
That means there's a 7 in 1 chance anybody could be the murderer.
Yeah, it is creepy. Yeah, I will agree with you on that one, Val. They did skip a lot over and John dies at the end. Wait, 7?
Well, Alice and I can't be Zero.
Okay, I'll let the I part go, but you're gonna have to give me a little to convince me Alice can't be
What?
Zero.
Come
Harry
on.
Potter did that.
Alice and I know each other. Well,
And like I didn't
how do
notice
you know
it
each
as
other?
much they did until I started reading the books.
I guess you could say we're co-workers.
Alice and her are the ones from
And
Where do you co-work?
organization? That's kind of vague. What kind of organization? That's... I can't tell you.
The book is fantastic. And then you need to read the sequel. This book is full of spiders. And then you need to read the sequel to that, which is called What the Hell Did I Just Read?
I mean, I can't tell you.
Okay, I'll be here.
Just forget about it, okay? Why can't you tell us? Because
P.S. I have not read the other books either. Gotcha. I haven't read it.
it's confidential. I promised I wouldn't tell.
Around you, Clover. You really think this is the time for playing it close to the chest?
Yeah. But what if the people you work for have something to do with what's going on here? Yeah. You're right. Maybe I should tell you. Sorry,
Finally.
but I just don't really trust you guys.
Wait, did they create an
I mean, what if one of you is Zero?
Wait, did they create an organization to... Oh boy, this is getting
It
weird.
could be any of you. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's enough about me and Alice. I just don't really feel like I can trust you guys. Maybe if that changes, then I can tell you. So, I guess I'll go now. Go? Where are you going? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Then I'll be going too. Fine.
There she goes. So, Temioji.
Save it. I don't trust you any more than she does.
In other words, you aren't going to tell me anything, are you?
Sorry.
Left Temioji and headed back to the hallway. There were so many questions I want answers to, but it was looking like I'd have to suffer in ignorance for a while longer. Besides, there were plenty more immediate problems that needed my attention. I sighed and filed my questions away to be dealt with later. I needed to focus. Let's go to the lounge. Actually, I'm going to grab a soda, too. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Use your restroom,
Oh,
too.
Sigma.
Oh, Sigma. Ah, no. Go.
Perfect timing.
You were here earlier, right?
It was Philo and I were the first.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like, secret pathway or something.
Really think that's the kind of detail I would have neglected to
Anything
mention?
else then? Anything out of the ordinary?
The ordinary. I mean, everything about this room is out of the ordinary.
How about this?
Isn't that obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. Apparently it's got an article about something. It says it's going to happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve then?
This New Year's Eve. Yeah. 6 days from now.
Wait, what did you say? What do you mean 6 days?
Well, today's Christmas, right? So...
Wait a minute. When were you grabbed?
Did you hear me on Christmas? About 2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, did they pick you up on a different day?
Yeah.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
What about you?
I think it was the 20th.
Then we were all taken on different days.
Does that mean we were just sleeping until the notary game started?
Maybe they kept us on a Soparil IV drip or something?
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you got the dosage right.
And today might not even be the 25th.
I think that's likely.
Yeah. Some of us were probably abducted after you.
Oh, well, I guess that explains why I feel kind of dizzy.
I felt disoriented since I woke up. My body doesn't feel right.
Well, maybe it's because we were asleep for so long. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
Then, what day is today?
Beats me.
I have no idea.
Well, what about you guys? Is there anything interesting in the crew quarters or the infirmary?
Nah, nothing in the quarters. Oh, well, there was a book about a cat.
A cat?
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive.
Schrodinger's cat.
Didn't make any sense to me, though.
Well, it doesn't really sound like something that's going to help us get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
How about the infirmary? Find anything interesting?
Well, actually,
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never...
Don't need to apologize. Just tell us what you found.
Well, see for yourself.
It's a newspaper article, looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads.
Radical 6.
Cure continues to elude authorities.
Radical 6 is the... whatchamacallit? Oh, this is... the extra one I found. What the hell? What's Radical 6?
Just read the article.
I swallowed and began to read. Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised. Do you think we're in a quarantine facility?
You mean you think we got infected with this Radical 6 thing? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we don't know anything for sure, but look at us. We seem pretty healthy. Admittedly, I don't know what the symptoms of Radical 6 are, but if it's killing people worldwide, they must be horrific. Now, just look at this soft, lustrous skin. This perfect, shapely face. Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease?
Yes.
You want to touch it, don't you, boy? I can see it in your eyes. Go on. Try.
Well, I am feeling a little weird.
That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's a side effect of that drug. Besides, if this is where they ship people to quarantine them, don't you think there aren't enough, people? This thing is killing people all over the world, right? So why would there only be 9 of us here?
I guess you do have...
Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play this nonary game. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game?
Also a good point.
Yes, it is.
So you're saying there's no connection between our abductions and this virus?
Probably not.
That's still something we should remember, I suppose. I mean, even if we're safe in here, our friends and families are still out there.
That's true. I hope they're all right.
Wait a minute, when did this virus actually show up? I've never heard of it before.
Neither have I.
Me either.
So what day is it? This radical sect killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep. So how long have we been here for?
I don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out. If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
Okay, I think I'll go around and look. I'll go look around a bit more. I've already spent plenty of time in here anyway.
Alice and I are gonna stick around. You know, just in case you miss something. Don't really feel like I can trust your eyes.
Whatever. Turn and head for the exit. Where to next? There's only one other place I hadn't gone, the infirmary. Fido's probably in here. Infirmary. Wait. How's it going? You guys find anything?
Hello, Mr. Sigma.
Nothing yet.
Oh.
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
Why are you back here, then?
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found. Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
Fly, please, why would I kill this woman?
Oh, doggo.
Oh, doggo.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now.
You had to call his name.
Yeah.
If we find more evidence in the future, that could change.
Alright, doggo, go lay down.
We're so busy earlier that I never got to ask, but do any of you know who she is?
Beats me.
Go.
I've never seen her before.
I don't know her either.
Neither do I.
Down. Jake. Sit.
Well,
Down.
I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories,
Down.
but there's no way to know,
Good boy.
is there?
You still can't remember anything?
No. Not even a little, unfortunately.
This guy's stuck in a suit. Don't know how he got there. He's got amnesia.
Oh.
Conveniently.
Conveniently.
Looks like Zenyatta from Overwatch. Or be telling me the truth about this amnesia
Are you
stuff.
suspicious of me too?
Suspicious? Have you looked in a mirror lately? You might as well have suspicious tattooed across your forehead.
If someone ran into you on the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright.
Or maybe even during the day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for my frightening appearance.
Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. I mean, it's not your fault, right?
No, I suppose not. Well, I assume not. But I'm not
But
sure
what?
why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and the suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural. I don't feel as though I was forced into it.
Are you saying this is how you always look?
No, I don't think that's it.
This might be a pretty obvious question, but
Yes,
is there any way for you to take it off?
No. I've tried several times, to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. But there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there is a switch or something similar?
No further warning, he removed his robe and turned his back to us. It took no time at all to find something of interest. There's a hole here on the back of your head.
A hole?
Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in here.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
I see. That's excellent news. We just need to find whatever it is that goes in there then.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel somewhat relieved. I was beginning to fear I might have to spend the rest of my life like this.
Wait, a minute ago, you said that it felt natural.
Well, it does. But that doesn't mean I want to stay in it forever. Imagine having glasses, for instance. Wearing them doesn't feel strange. You'd hardly want to wear them all the time, forever, would you? That's what wearing this suit is like. Well, I think that's enough about me. Shouldn't we be making our way back to the rendezvous?
Oh shit, I totally forgot. Oh yeah, he's human. He's just a guy stuck in a suit. Damn, we're already late.
All the more reason to move along.
Let's hurry. Come on.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of curious to see who's actually in there.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
What the hell? You're late. You just thought you'd take your fucking time getting back?
Sorry.
Sorry's not gonna cut it.
Am I sitting on it?
Where the chair is.
Oh. Okay, my bad. Jake, back up.
Get out of there, Jake. Back up. Back up, doggo.
Yeah, no worries.
Did you forget how this works?
Good night, Ed.
Good night, Ed.
I'm your partner. Any later, you'd have killed us both, especially me.
You should remember that too, Sigma. I can't go through without you. You got back in time, but you need to be more careful.
See where he's at.
He's on my side of the bed.
Please stop fighting. This isn't the time for that.
On my pillow.
Like he does in my house.
She's right, you know. The doors have already opened. We need to hurry up and figure out.
So how should we pair
We're
up?
almost out of time. I'll just explain it as fast as I can. Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations.
Options Phi laid out for us were the following. Option A, Alice and I, Cyan, would pair up with Luna, Yellow, and go through the green door. Temioji and Quark would pair up with Clover and open the blue door. Phi and Dio would pair up with K, Magenta, and go open the red door. Option B, Alice and I would pair up with K and go through the blue door. Temioji would pair up with Luna and open the red door. Phi and Dio would pair up with Clover and go through the green door. Option C, Alice and I, Clover would pair up and go through the red door. Temioji and Quark would pair up with K and open the green door. Phi and Dio would open up the door.
3 minutes remain until...
Okay, so who's going to where?
I'm not going with Kay. I had enough of that last time. Thank you very much.
Oh dear. Seems I'm not wanted.
I'd like Luna to come with us.
Huh? Me? Need someone gullible for the next round?
Hey, shut up. Aren't you my partner?
Maybe. But I don't want her to think that means I agree with you.
You betrayed me last time, Phi. And Dio, you betrayed Tenmyoji.
Ah, come on. Didn't I tell you? It was Quark who...
Dio! Stop saying that!
Anyway, Phi and I won't be choosing betray this time. Your BP's 1 right now. As if you chose ally and we chose betray, what would it be?
-1. I'd die.
I didn't want to say it straight out, but we're not going to go that far just to get out of here. Right, Phi?
Yeah.
Okay. Then going to take a chance on you.
I'm very sure about
I've made up my mind.
Then that means Quark and I will be going with Kay, since it looks like Alice is pretty determined.
Yes, I am.
Then I get to go with Alice again. I'm totally good with that. What I did to Alice last time was I want to try to make up for it.
So we're going with option C then? That means each group is going through a complementary door. Sigma, Alice, and Clover are going through the red door. Tenmyoji, Quark, and Kay are going through the green door. And finally, Dio, Luna, and I are going through the blue door. Any objections?
10 seconds.
If there were any objections, there was no time for them.
Let's go.
Master's voice filled the room as we ran to our door.
3, 2, 1,
So we didn't even have a choice.
0. Chromatic doors closing.
We went through the red door. Is this a dead end?
There are 3 doors, but it looks like they're all locked.
I wonder what this thing does.
Well, it's got a lever.
Can you pull that, Sigma?
Sure thing. This one's just a little. So I don't have to reach so far. There we go. Much better. Oh, that's interesting.
It opened the door on the right.
It seems kind of weird. I mean, why just that one? What about the other 2?
Details, details. Hardly see they gave us the way forward. I say we take it. Come along now.
Without waiting for a response, Alice strode off toward the open door. Clover and I hurried to follow. The pantry. Place I have not been before. Oh god.
Whoa!
Math.
This is amazing. Who'd ever need this much underwear?
What?
Well, I mean, all these boxes and stuff are panties, right? And there are a lot of boxes.
Panties?
Isn't that what it said on the door?
Oh.
Clover, dear, it didn't say panty.
It said pantry.
Pantry?
It's where you keep food.
Oh, I guess that makes more sense.
Her face had turned an especially amusing shade of red.
I bet.
What do you think that thing is?
I'd say it's a water storage tank.
Okay.
It's totally full of water.
The stuff on the shelves looks like it's mostly bread, maybe a few pastries, but no panties.
So just a whole bunch of food, huh?
Clover was right that there's a lot, though.
Looks like you could live here for quite a while.
I'd have to agree.
And what do you think this place is for?
Maybe it's where they quarantine sick people.
Didn't we
What?
tell you about Radical 6?
I
Yeah,
guess
we
that
did.
story really was true.
You're saying that the reason that they've got all this food and water is so that they can keep infected people here? That's ridiculous. I'm not infected with some weird-ass disease. I don't want to spend the rest of my life locked up in a metal box.
Me either. Giving us food is all well and good, but no spare underwear? That's unforgivable.
Seriously? How long are you guys going to keep making fun of me for that?
Right, well, we need to search this room. So let's get started. Alright, investigation phase. Oh, that's right, we can just move around the room. don't have it. Okay. This is from a calendar, right? Yeah, it looks a little weird though. Ooh, I found a calendar. You can retrieve it from the archive. Wait, I think there's something written on the back of it. The day the man was abducted. I found a note on the back of the calendar. You can read it in the archive. First half of the year. The day the man was abducted. What? Are you taking a picture? Yes. Hey, the screen lit up. It's like it's designed to turn on when you touch it. I think we need to type something in. Yeah. Enter the most appropriate option in the blank area, then press the check button. Okay, let me give it a shot. Nope. So that's not right. Huh. I don't get it. Well, obviously. These are all drawers, huh? Yeah, tons of them. Wow, how many are there, I wonder? I'm afraid we have to use math! What? 366. Oh. What? I said there are 366 drawers. You just looked and figured that out? No, I did math. Dun dun dun! They're divided into 4 sections. Each row is numbered 1 through 14. In other words, there are 14 rows in each section. Columns are labeled with letters A through G, so you've got 7 columns per section. And 4 sections means 28 columns total. Now each section has a few spots there aren't any drawers, right? Well, specifically there are 26 of those spots. So you just calculate 14 times 28 minus 26, and that's 366. Did all that in your head? Of course. It's pretty simple stuff. Additionally, each section has numbers 1 through 14 and the letters A through G assigned to its 7 columns. Some pictures on the boxes look pretty tasty. Okay. Wonder what's under the wrapper. Under where? Under there. Shut up! Food, there's a bunch of instant coffee, boxes of teas. You need boxes, right? Oh, what the hell? Fractions? No, I think these are pages from a day calendar. Blue ones are Saturdays and the red ones are Sundays. So black numbers are weekdays? Oh, man. What do you think this machine is? The bottom part looks like some kind of dolly. Got a 5x5 grid of metal boxes. Top row is empty though. Yeah, do you think we're supposed to put something in them? Well, that's something, I guess. Probably more boxes. Screen's dark. Maybe it's not on. Looks like there's a card slot right underneath. I think maybe there's a connection. Okay, what else have we got going on? Full of ice cubes. Bunch of these cubbies in the wall, all of them seem to be locked, though I can't open them. Don't see anything like kill either. I'm not sure I can open them. So what else? First though, what? View them in the archive, okay. Ah. pH scale. pH detection chemical. Okay. Oh dear God. Okay. Okay. So we have 5. We need a card for that. We need more button parts. Hello. So you can hear the awesome music that just keeps playing. Leave it alone, Jake. Leave it alone. Go lay down. No. No. Okay. So if I'm thinking right, third one is full. Okay. So this relates to dates. Item. So what I'm thinking is it's the day the man was abducted. So if they're talking about they're talking about Sigma. He was abducted on the 24th? Is it Christmas Day?
25th.
25th?
Christmas Day.
One, two, okay, so over here would be 12, so that would be the 25th, so it would be this row, that one. So right there. So that would be 10, 11, 12, B, 13. Okay, that works. Screen's blue now. Huh? Oh, he's back. Okay. Huh? Yeah. But there's got to be another way we can get, because you can get 2 passwords for the safe. Well, I mean, I could just use it. Because there's all this stuff over here, too. Didn't she say there was like 5 drawers missing? And I've got all this water stuff. I'm not sure what that's all about. Oh, this is the secret password. So let's see what's new. Okay, bunch of dishes. Have nice. There was a lot of exposition that happened in this. Alright, we're gonna stop for the night. Got a little bit further. Alright, other than that, we are done for the night. You all have a good night, everyone. Peace. Adios.